Hi there. Well, in the face of big troubles, I just want to be a word of inspiration to you today. God is at work through people and circumstances in surprising ways. I also have a special announcement I'll share near the end of this very brief time together. In this crisis, we are seeing health and emotional stresses kind of spill over into more domestic violence, more sexual abuse of children, and desperation on the part of families all over the world. And whenever things like this are going on, I want to lean in and say, God, show me. Show me where you are. Show me what you want us to do. And usually there's a bright spot, and it's a person and another person and people who've been affected by those people. Well, in this time, I can say we have stories like that all over the world to share. I'll just share one woman who's been an amazing inspiration to me and to the whole She Is Safe family. Marwa was a refugee mom of 5 children. She has lived her entire life in crisis. With the war in Syria, she and her family just packed what they could carry and ran for their lives. They got to a refugee camp where everyone there lives in tents, and it's very densely populated, so you can imagine the difficulty with social distancing, say, during a crisis like this. But that's on the overlay of years and years, incident after incident of real trauma. This woman, every woman in her life, every child in her life has suffered trauma. They have been sold, they have been beaten, they have been stolen from, they have been forced into marriages. The crisis seemed to bring the worst out in so many of them. But she was invited into a She Is Safe opportunity. And let me just read from her words. After escaping from the war in Syria, I was depressed and traumatized, says Marwa. Even with my children around me, I was lonely and sad. I never dreamed when I joined the She Is Safe sponsored sewing school so much would change. Through the leaders and the other women, I'm surprised to become equipped as a sewing instructor now. My dream is to return one day to Syria and be an example to women there of the things that they can be too. So what an inspiration. You see that Marwa's life really changed when she realized God wanted to use her as a difference maker, not just for herself and her own children, but for other people too. So you are such an inspiration to me. Marwa and her students are living proof that your advocacy, that your prayers are changing lives, even in these terrible circumstances.